There is nothing wrong with your internet. Do not attempt to adjust your settings. We are controlling the podcast. We control the squealing and the screams. We can make your heart flutter, your eyes blur from tears, or sharpen your mind to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit back. We are in control of what you hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your settings. You are about to experience the awe and mystery known as the female mind. You are now entering the Fangirl Zone. Hello everyone and welcome to SyFy Talk on the Fangirl Zone, a podcast where we discuss shows on the SyFy channel. I'm Sean, Fangirl S.
And I'm Steve, and tonight we'll be discussing episode 1 of season 2 of Krypton.
Okay, so I wasn't sure what to expect with its coming back, and it was all crazy and weird, and then there was a couple, what? Moments.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, let's jump into the ratings.
All right, episode 1 brought in a 0.11 in adults 18 to 49 with 0.480 million viewers, making it the 58th rated cable show for the day. Now, we also got Live Plus 7. It was 14th in viewers percentage gain, going from 0.481 to 0.935 million viewers for an increase of 94%.
Nice.
Yes, we need to get that number, Live Plus 7, up over 1 million.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling that they will have a presence at Comic-Con, and suddenly it may not be plus 7, but we're going to get a whole lot of influx coming soon.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, episode 1, Light Years from Home. Oh, that sounds so dramatic. Segel is stranded far from home, where his grandfather leads a rebellion against General Zod. They haven't gotten better with these.
No.
They just, they're killing me.
This is a little bit better than the Magicians, but not a whole lot.
Alright, so let's start at Krypton, shall we? So, Adam returns to Candor and is surprised to find the reign of Zod well into its way after Brainiac's defeat. Now, I love how we just jumped there. Can somebody please tell me how he got out of the bottle? I mean, is that something we're going to talk about, maybe?
Yeah.
Because it didn't happen in this episode.
No, we did not see him escape.
No. I'd like
now
more
maybe it was his Zeta beam. He was able to activate it and pop out of his hometown that was captured by Brainiac, and
I'm assuming that was supposed to be Metropolis.
Right, yeah. Cleveland or something.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean there was the statue of Zod. It's like, I need more information. Thank you, Krypton, for screwing with my head so early on in the episode.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets to it when he finally meets Val.
Yeah. We do get to see him kind of freak out. Now, first of all, you haven't learned to get clothes to blend in.
No.
So, yeah, the Sagittari kind of see him, and he tries to ditch him, but he's pulled into the shadows and knocked out. And when he wakes up, we see Jax-Ur. Well, he kind of sees her before he gets knocked out.
Right, before she puts him...
Yeah.
To night-night.
And she has a new robotic eye, which was so weird looking.
Oh, yeah.
And
not a Terminator eye.
No. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's going to shoot some lasers. We really don't know. But apparently he's in a hideout among Seg's old allies. We have Nyssa, who is holding little Corvex. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That baby's not so little. And we have Mama Zed, which I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Where'd you come from? And then we have the real life, in person Val-El, whom he thought was another hologram. He's like, wow, this is really doing a lot. You guys have upgraded, huh? How long have I been gone?
Yeah, that was awful hilarious the way he freaks out being able to touch Val.
Yeah, especially when he's like, oh, that explains the old man smell. I'm like, dude, that's so not cool. Old man smell. It's been 6 months. You've learned no manners.
Right.
And he's traveled back to the future. Or from the future. I mean, we're really kind of questioning at this point, aren't we? Because we don't know when he traveled to.
Right.
Obviously, if everybody's frozen, he doesn't have anybody to talk to over there.
No.
I'm still hoping that they actually explain it, but that aside, we find out that General Zod is really putting this plan in place that will ultimately lead to what Adam has seen of Zod conquering the Earth, and after that, Brainiac popping it up, or at least whatever city he was in.
Right.
But Val updates him on what happens between Seg and the Phantom Zone, and well, Zod destroyed the projector, so I can't really use that to retrieve him. It's like, okay, all not good.
Right. And of course, Zod doesn't want Seg-El back.
No.
He's made him a martyr, so.
Yes, and watching that speech when he's like, what my father would have wanted, it's like, no, it's not.
Exactly.
I would be one of those people that were tortured because I could not stand there and not make faces and roll my eyes.
Right.
This is why I now have to be behind the scenes in a lot of things, because out in front, I'm just like, really? No. And I think that's what's happening to some of the people, but at least they have hoods, so they can hide their faces. But Zod tried to seize... Oh, wait, no, he tried to rebuild the fortress. Val tried to rebuild the fortress. Look, I'm all confused. And Zod, of course, seized it because he knows where it is, because we just let everybody in the fortress.
That's right.
Which, that sucks. But then, after Brainiac's fall, Zod took control of the Sagittari and started annexing Krypton people into it. I don't know if that's the best way. He kind of was stealing people from all over and turning them into Sagittari, but really turning them into cannon fodder.
Yeah.
Because they're not really well trained.
No, they are.
No. And the rankless, same thing. He, quote unquote, recruited them. Really?
Yeah.
And anybody who didn't want to do it, they've disappeared. Go figure.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah. So now we have some of Zod's enemies that are part of the Resistance, and is this going to be something that is good for our little crew, or is it going to turn on them? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
the odds are not in their favor right now.
Right. But it seems like many of them gathered as the Resistance on Wegthor, where there's a self-sufficient mining colony that has a really weird elevator that goes back and forth. It's like, well, you're not going to just jump on top of that and catch a ride.
Right. Yeah,
like
that reminded me of the elevator in Killjoys.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. Good catch. Only way bigger.
Yeah.
Well, the mining colony is also where Zod's getting the fuel for the fleet that he's building. This could be nothing but good, right?
Right. Yeah. No, Zod's got bigger plans than just ruling over Krypton.
Right. And I'll get to it in a second, but I have a serious question. All right. So we have Zod's mother, who, I mean, she was in charge. Lyta was in charge of everything. So how is she, like, now just letting General Zod kind of run the show?
Exactly.
I don't get it.
No.
Okay, so you're just as confused then.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good. Well,
yeah, there's no reason that Drew Zod should be running Krypton. It should be Lyta, if anybody.
And I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, okay, well, if Seg is gone, Lyta and Seg never used the chamber, I forgot what it's called, to create a child.
Yeah, the Genesis chamber.
Thank you. And they didn't do it the old-fashioned way. So how is he even there?
Exactly.
Like, if Seg is now in the Phantom Zone, shouldn't that have, like, pulled Zod away? I'm so confused with this.
Right. Like, yeah, there's a lot of time travel rules that are just getting stomped all over right now. So I'm beginning to wonder if Drew Zod is actually a Zod, or if he's like Superman and Lyta's grandchild, not son.
But he had to be some
right, he's got some. Yeah, he's got some L in him.
This is so confusing.
I know.
I'm wondering if this is from the comics, and if anybody out there has read one of the numerous
versions.
Timelines of Superman, and if this is similar to anything. Somebody tell us, because I am really confused. And granted, if you're doing time travel, you can just make up anything you want, because
Right.
as far as we know, it's not real, right?
Yep.
I mean, if you've seen the other people in the recently huge movie when they were talking about time travel, it's like, really? You're getting your information from a movie? It's kind of the same thing. It's like, that's all I have to play with. I don't know, like, how they're coming up with this, but
Right.
I digress. All right, so we see Reika again, and she is one of those people that are being tortured, much like I said I would be, wanting to know Doomsday's whereabouts. And this poor woman, she's looking at Lyta and she's like, I know nothing. And when the creature that, you guys were all for, I'm sorry, your son was all for, managed to get loose, all of my people are dead. And anybody left, your kid rounded them up and they probably tortured them all. And they're all crazy, don't know what's happening. Or little sponges that are just, you can rewrite. I don't know. None of those made sense when I worded all those out at once. But you guys know what I mean.
Right. Yes.
And for a moment, just for a moment, when Lyta asks her what happens to Jaina, and she's like, I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. I thought Lyta was going to stop the torture.
Right.
Because the lights turned green and whatever that means, she was telling the truth. And she's like, I believe you. And she's like, don't worry. This'll hurt a lot. And then you won't remember anything. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah. Basically, they're mind wiping them.
Yeah. And I'm like, what are you doing? Did this happen to Lyta? That's the only thing I can think of. They zapped a little piece of her brain or something. Because this just does not seem like her.
Right.
Because you can't tell me she's so focused on Zod, General Zod, that's her child, that she's going to do anything that he says. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, my heart rate's up. This is I'm so confused with this.
Right, yeah. Yeah, having Lyta be General Zod's right-hand man and doing things that she was blatantly against when her mother was Primus.
Right.
It's like, how did you just completely do a 360 here?
Yeah, how did you take that jump?
Right.
Okay.
Just losing Seg, maybe. I don't know.
Well, she did kind of go crazy later, but I love how she does kind of confront him. And I'm going to say that very much in quotes, because I didn't believe it was a real confrontation against General Zod. And she's like, I don't think it's smart you pulling all of our resources to locating Doomsday. Maybe we should try to end the rebellion. He's like, oh, it's fine. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, Krypton's going. We're going to blow. It's fine. So let's just get what we need so we can transfer our people to other planets. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I feel like you being so nonchalant about it is not cool.
Yeah. His grand plan is not to try to save Krypton. It's to create a new one.
Right. And yeah, we get Doomsday and we'll be able to control him. Okay, famous last words, right?
Right. And we'll just set him off on a planet, let him wipe everybody out, and then we'll terraform it.
Right.
So we can live on it.
It's like, what? I don't understand why Lyta's like, oh, okay. You were cool with just total annihilation of a population. I did not think that's what you were.
No.
Ugh. Okay, yeah, I just had to take a moment. Sorry. So, after all that, and Lyta's like, oh, okay. How about I take charge of taking down the rebellion? And it's like, I don't know, because those are led by your friends, so maybe you just want to go to them. It's like, wait, the way he says it, now obviously those weren't his exact words, but the way he says it kind of makes me feel like he's holding something over her to keep her there, more than just himself.
Yes.
And she's like, no, they became rebels. They are against us. We're done. And it's like, I'm scratching my head because I don't believe it.
Right.
And then we get to go to the Phantom Zone.
And boy, did they not spare a dime on the FX budget at all. Just not long enough in there.
I thought it's funny, wow, we're in a disco. What's going on here? It's like he's tripping. But he sees all these weird illusions, and then some of it, which he's questioning, and I am as well, was it like visions of the future, visions of the past, visions of what can happen?
Oh, all of it.
And I'm like, what is it? Tell me what he's really seeing. And of course, one illusion is his grandfather, who's like, yes, you can get out of here. Just, you have to use what you have. And I'm thinking, holy crap, Val found a way to get through to him, through his subconscious or something. No.
Right. No.
No, because the sandstone is what can get him out. And as he's using the sandstone, what happens? Val's like, just a little harder. You can do it. And he's like, I'm doing it, Grandpa. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Damn it, Brainiac. You got me.
Of
and
course.
Out they go from the Phantom Zone. Well, we end up on the planet Kolu. I think that's how they said it. And apparently Brainiac has some damage, which I thought was funny, by the radiation, because his chips are damaged. So you really are just a computer? But I'll keep you around, because he's still got hella powers.
Oh, yeah.
And according to his logic, they need each other to get off the planet. And, by the way, I'm from this planet. It's like, what? You couldn't figure out how to get back to Krypton, but you figured out how to get to your planet?
Right.
And yeah, we get a little origin story, which apparently this planet was a huge technological marvel. But the people who created everything, the powers that be, wanted to expand, was it his consciousness or like their consciousness?
Well, I think they were wanting to do theirs, but they used him as the guinea pig. And didn't quite work out so well for them.
No, because when they merged, well, suddenly Brainiac was born. And he realized that he can further increase his chances of survival by spreading himself out throughout the galaxy and getting rid of his race. It's like, oh, it's a twofer. Okay.
Yeah.
And so he is the last son. And hearing this makes me think, of course, oh, the last son of Krypton. It's like, all right, they're trying to make a parallel there, I'm guessing.
Right.
And Seg decides to make a choice at this point, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We see Seg jump in the air with his just ready to pound. And it's like, okay, what does this mean?
Yeah.
Is he going to
Commercial
actually...
time.
Yeah, I know. I hate that. But it's like, you get to think, is he actually going to somehow have the jump on Brainiac? Or is Brainiac going to kind of beat the crap out of him?
Right, yeah. The odds of this ending well for Seg are slim to none.
Right.
You know, I was expecting to come back from commercial and see Brainiac's hand wrapped around Seg's throat, just about to squeeze the life out of him.
Like just enough to knock him out or something. But instead, we get to go back to Krypton. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to us? But you have Adam and his ever hopeful self. The best way to defeat Zod is to get Seg back. I know, I'll use my Zeta beam to get him. And Val's like, no. It's not going to work. Don't try it. And he's like, but, no. Oh, man. It's kind of funny. Because Adam is like, so gung-ho. And Val's like, it's not going to work in there. And so they're kind of back and forth while Adam is getting all down. And then you have Nyssa, who is trying to get answers of her own because she had a whole set of crazy announcements dropped on her last season.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, why am I a clone? Why did you do this? What happened to my mother? What happened to me? Blah, 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 blah. So, obviously, she wants answers. I get it. But Nyssa is not like Adam. Adam is very childlike, but you can talk to him. And Nyssa's like, screw you. I'm doing what I want to do. And she did.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, Nyssa can't be deterred. And where do we find her next? In the sewers. Looking at her father, who apparently is cleaning up in the sewers, because we find out that he came from something along these lines, this kind of status, and used her mother to build himself up.
Yep.
It's like, what? And, of course, he looks like crap. And she's like, I need answers. I need to know everything. And all we get is, I'm sorry. And then boom, his head goes boom.
Yeah.
Because there's Lyta and the Sagittari. And they're going to arrest Nyssa. And she's like, the hell did you do? I was going to get answers. And Lyta's just, no, you weren't. He was going to lie to you. I wanted to slap Lyta. I really did.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I couldn't believe it, but I guess that's just me. Oh, we do have Mama Zed, who, honestly, like, I can't even remember who she was.
No.
Like, I don't even know if we've seen her last season.
I don't think so.
But she's there. But she arrives back at headquarters. Now, when she walks in, and you see her walking like she's got a pole up her butt, you know something's wrong.
Right.
And right away, like, when I see her walk in that way, I'm going, you guys are screwed, run.
Yeah.
And nobody takes any notice that she doesn't have the baby, that she's walking all crazy. But then Jax is like, wait a second. And then when she finally notices it, what do we get? We get her Mama Zed, I'm so sorry. And then she gets shot. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
You guys are really bad at using your hostages. And Adam grabs the Zeta beam and the gun.
Yeah.
And he's like, go, I'll stave them off, which I thought was hilarious. It's like, really?
Yeah.
But Val and Jax do zip out after Jax grabs the codex, because she's like, they're not going to get their hands on this.
Right.
And I don't know if it was like a portal or like a secret wall or what it was exactly. But they take off, and right when a shot almost takes out Adam, he uses the Zeta beam.
Yep.
Cool. It worked. And he has no idea where the hell he's going now.
No, he doesn't.
He's like, crap, I'm going to the Phantom Zone. And that's not where he ends up.
No.
But next thing we know, we have Lyta taking Nyssa to General Zod. As the two women are arguing, Lyta's like, I believe that what we're doing is honoring Seg. And of course, Nyssa's like, you are fooling yourself, because this isn't honoring anyone.
No.
And again, I just feel like maybe Lyta had her brain zapped.
Very possible.
Because...
Or she just had a complete meltdown after thinking Seg was gone for good.
Oh, and like this is the only way she can cope with it?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a leap.
Yeah. Her behavior is a leap.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. That's true. And when they pull up into, I want to say the throne room, even though that's not what it is.
Right.
Zod turns around and, oh, hey, look what I got in my little hands here.
Yeah.
And this is why, like, thinking about it, what you said earlier, he could actually be Lyta's grandson.
Right.
Because of Corvex having Seg's blood, so he has L blood.
Right.
And if Lyta has a girl and they get together, then I can see, them having Zod along the way or something. So, I don't know. Again, it's all a stretch how I'm trying to put things together, but it just seems odd saying that, oh, I'm your son. It's like, really? But he's holding the baby, and Nyssa, of course, is freaking out. Because, I don't know, I was thinking Zod's going to threaten to kill him.
Right.
Now,
oh, no, worse than that.
Right. I'm going to raise him as my own. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Or
Since when?
you can convince the resistance to stop and surrender.
Yeah.
And it's like, great. What's going to happen? Poor Nyssa has to make this decision. And I'm like, he does know, and it took me a minute. I'm like, he does know that it's his, if he is officially Seg's son, then that would be his half-brother.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, because he's talking about, yes, he knows that he's an L and everything. And I'm like, all right, so wouldn't there be somebody that would be up for a challenge of power?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't believe he's going to keep that baby alive if he can avoid it.
No.
Okay. Let's go back to Kalu. I'm probably saying it wrong. But we have Adam, who lands there very ungracefully, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, there is no soft landing with the Zeta beam.
No. And what does he find? Basically something I was really surprised to see myself.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
It's like, no.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Seg standing over Brainiac's cracked open skull with, like, a large tree limb in his hand. And after a moment, they're like, oh, wait, it's real. And second Adam hug, and it's like, oh, I can't believe this. And they're laughing. He's like, I miss the Earthman. He's like, yeah, son of Krypton. Yeah, we're awesome. Okay. So
That's
some
about as
stuff went down.
Funny as when Adam got to touch Val-El.
That's true. And then, of course, Adam has to be like, okay, so this is all the stuff that went down. This happens to future Earth, and I may be the last son of Earth, so that's kind of weird. But all this other stuff is happening. Candor, Zod, little Korvax, he's so cute. I upgraded the Zeta Beam, so yeah, we can get out of here. Wait a second. Maybe no.
Yeah.
Magnetic field is messing with things. Maybe we have to get higher. And then we hear a weird wolf sound. It's like, wait, what? A howl. Yeah. Not necessarily wolf sound. And so what happens? Seg starts to run. And this is funny. Adam's like, oh, we're running. Okay. Yeah, maybe keep up.
Yeah.
But they don't get very far.
No.
Because they literally bump into Lobo, who, I forgot to mention, we did get a moment right before they went to commercial where you see a device that just says, what's it, asshole detected? Or
yes.
No, shithead. Shithead detected. It's like, what? So we don't even really get a chance because Lobo, says something and then shoots them. Both. It knocks them out. He chains their feet together and then he starts to talk to him. Then he's like, oh yeah, I should have done that beforehand.
Yeah.
Meh. And starts to drag him off. It's like, okay, this is going great.
Right.
Like,
we only thought it was bad at the end of last season. No.
Yeah, I'm like, really?
He's not in the Phantom Zone. They're on Calloo and have some
crazy person
chained up and dragging him through the woods. Yeah, just a walk through the park.
Yeah, this is great. It's like, okay, this is going great, but Brainiac's dead, right? I mean...
Yeah, not buying that for a minute.
If you don't see it on screen.
That's right. We see a body, but that still doesn't mean anything.
And then, aliens, it popped out of his head and then face hugged him or something. I don't know.
Right.
Oh my gosh. This episode, I was just like, what is happening? This is so weird, but I'm glad they're back.
Yes.
So we hope you guys are glad that they're back and we're back with it. So while you are listening or after you're done listening, if you can rate and review us on iTunes and every other platform you find us on, because good ratings and reviews help other fans of the show find us. Tell your friends about Krypton. Come on. This is so weird, especially if they're really into the comics. I think they'd get a kick out of it. But then again, some people might be hardcore and really ticked with whatever they change. So maybe don't tell them. But we do hope you're enjoying the podcast. I know it's been a while since we talked about this because it seems like it's been gone forever. But it's back and we're happy we get to see this crazy bunch of kids come back. Oh my gosh. So for this episode... Oh wait! I almost forgot. Don't forget to check out www.fangirlzone.com and the contacts page, which is everywhere you can find us, because this is con season, so you'll be able to find all of our pictures, which go up on Facebook right now, because yes, I'm still figuring out the website. Yes, I suck. I'm sorry. So, you can email us, because we love to hear you guys, what you guys think, what is going on here, if you guys know, in regard to the time travel and Krypton, let us know. So now, for this episode of SyFy Talk, I am Sean, Fangirl S.
And I'm Steve. Only the world I went back to wasn't the world I left. On account of the same jackass running your planet conquered mine.
And until next time.